everyone, and welcome to India Business Insights, your go-to place for your business research and financials. We are starting a video series in which we will be looking at the emerging trends and developments in certain industries. We will cover about 25 industries in India. In this series, we look at the recent quartile results, corporate actions, M&A, equity issues, global situation, and how it impacts the Indian industry. We also look at the changes in government policies, tariffs, anti-dumping duties, and everything else. We also give a particular emphasis on management initiatives and company strategy, as explained by the management in earning calls and other public interactions. In this video, we will be taking a look at India's oil and gas sector and how it has performed in Q3 FY 2025. Please note that we shall be focusing purely on OMCs, that is, oil marketing companies, in this video, and we shall be uploading a similar video covering the gas companies as well. A link for the PDF version of this document will be provided in the description box. A more detailed PDF version will also be available, incorporating our full research on this industry every quarter. Now, let's look at the context of oil and gas sector in India. The oil and gas sector is among the 8 core industries in India and plays a major role in influencing the decision making for all the other important sections of the economy. India's economic growth is closely related to its energy demand. Therefore, the need for oil and gas is projected to increase, thereby making the sector quite conducive for investment. India retained its spot as the third largest consumer of oil in the world as of 2024. The government has adopted several policies to fulfill the increasing demand. It has allowed 100% foreign direct investment in many segments of the sector, including natural gas, petroleum products, and refineries, among others. The FDI limit for public sector refining projects has been raised to 49% without any disinvestment or dilution of domestic equity in existing PSUs. The industry is expected to attract $25 billion in investment in exploration and production. India is already a refining hub with 23 refineries, and expansion is planned for tapping foreign investment in export-oriented infrastructure, including product pipelines and export terminals. India's crude oil production stood at 13.26 MMT during April-September 2024. Demand for petroleum products in India has continued to grow with an overall growth of 6.4% during Q3. Major products such as petroleum, diesel, and ATF have grown by 9.6%, 4.8%, and 8.9% respectively. Look at the overview of the global economy. Global economic growth is projected to stabilize at modest levels over the coming years. The World Bank forecasts flat growth of 2.7% for 2024 to 2026, while the IMF projects slightly higher growth of 3.3% for the same period. India remains the fastest growing major economy among emerging markets and developing economies. The World Bank has retained its growth forecast for India at 6.7% for financial year 2025 to 2026, reaffirming its steady growth trajectory over the next 2 years. Now let's look at the operational highlights in Q3. Indian companies had a moderate third quarter in the oil sector, with the overall throughput being 34.11 MMT for the PSUs. Indian Oil, with its strategic position and a well-distributed pipeline network of over 18,000 km, posted a throughput of 18.1 MMT for the period ending 31st December 2024, which was the highest among its peers. The refineries of top PSUs were operating over 100%, with HPCL leading with 111% of its nameplate capacity. The gross refining margin, or GRM, averaged around $5.7 per barrel or BBL. HPCL had the best GRM among its peers at $8.49 in Q3. GRMs were lower in Q3 due to falling prices of crude oil and tighter refining spreads globally. BPCL refineries had the highest distillate yield among its PSU peers at 84.86%. The company's two most productive refineries, Mumbai and Bina, underwent a planned shutdown for 30 and 25 days. In terms of sales, the Indian PSUs recorded sales of over 52.43 MMT in Q3, which was higher when compared to the previous quarter. Indian Oil was leading the sales, with the individual sales for Q3 being over 26 MMT. From the pricing side of things, this was a very volatile quarter with a change in the US presidency and ongoing geopolitical tensions across the globe. The overall prices were in a downtrend when compared to the previous quarter. The average crude oil outlook going forward. The companies in the Indian oil and gas sector have focused their shift on sustainability and renewables, and there was a trend in focusing on non-fossil business as well. BPCL has been actively promoting its newer food and beverage brand, B Cafe, and the company has added 7 new outlets this quarter at strategic locations along expressways and highways, taking the total count to over 50. The company has been pursuing ventures in solar power generation as well. In the recently concluded Q3 of financial year 2025, BPCL won a bid for a 1200 megawatt solar PV project by NTPC. The company has also entered its joint ventures with SemCorp Green Hydrogen Limited in the area of developing green hydrogen and one with GPS Renewables for setting up compressed biogas plants across India. HPCL has also been active in the renewable energy sphere, and the company has signed MOUs with the government of Rajasthan and Bihar in areas of solar power. The company has also added 3 new Happy Shops, and the total count has reached 482 across India. The store provides home utility products including food, toiletries, healthcare products, bakery, groceries, medicines, and more. HP Green R&D has entered into an MOU with EIL, that is Engineers India Limited, as an exclusive tech and engineering partner for the engineering, marketing and commercialization of HPP SA Tech, which is developed by HPCL. IOC is also undergoing a massive transformation at its fuel station and converting them into energy stations along with the highways and expressways. The energy stations will have conventional fuel options, CNG, LNG, and EV charging facilities. The company has a planned renewable energy PF of 31 GW by 2030, and it has also formed a subsidiary under the name Terra Clean Limited. IOC is also India's first company to sell CBG, compressed biogas, under the Indie Green brand to customers via 97 outlets. Currently, IOC is undergoing a trial run of 15 fuel cell buses in Delhi NCR to promote green hydrogen. A general theme in the oil and gas industry in India is sustainability and renewables, with a stronger emphasis on greener and cleaner fuels, which will help India reach its target net zero emissions by 2050. The softer crude oil prices augur well for the profitability of the various oil companies. Further, there is a steady demand growth in line with the economic growth of the Indian economy. The refining margins may also improve during the quarter, while the availability and discounts on Russian crude may come down. There are several optimistic signs about new oil drilling in India. We will talk a little more on that in the next quarter. The average crude oil realized by the Indian companies in Q3 was around 74.6 US dollars, which was down from the average price of $80.4 in the second quarter. A dipping trend in the prices has caused significant inventory losses of over 13,000 crores for the Indian players, of which Indian Oil bore the highest brunt with a loss of over 7,500 crores due to its higher inventory size. In terms of procurement, there was a similar pattern among all Indian companies, with the Russian oil being the most preferred due to discounts. Since the last 3 quarters, the share of Russian oil in the Indian crude basket has come down from over 38% for some players to 25 to 30% in the latest concluded quarter. The discounts on Russian crude have also come down significantly when compared to the previous quarters, with the latest Russian oil being available at average discounts of around $2 per BBL. With a slew of transactions imposed by the new administrations in the US, it is becoming harder and harder for companies to procure Russian oil. Of all the major PSUs in India, none had any Russian cargoes for March and beyond. Additionally, a dip in discounts had made Russian oil less attractive, and if the discounts dry up further, it would be logistically challenging to procure from Russia, as all vessels are smaller in size when compared to vessels from other countries. Currently, no Indian company has any long-term contracts for Russian oil, and almost all purchases are on a spot basis with the M2 setup. M2 implies oil received today was negotiated 2 months ago concerning discounts and other logistic challenges. The price in the M2 setup is based on the day delivery is made. Indian companies on average have almost 55 to 60% of their procurement from long-term contracts and 30 to 35% on a spot basis in the market, which offers them flexibility in the highly volatile crude market. The company maintains an inventory of 25 to 35 days for finished products and 20 to 25 days for raw crude. With the Indian government's vision for ethanol blending, the companies are working extensively in this sphere, with the average ethanol blending in Q3 financial year 2025 around 17%. LPG losses for the last 3 quarters combined were over 15,000 crore for the OMCs, a major part of which is expected to be reimbursed by the Government of India, as LPG is subsidized and controlled product. Almost all major OMCs added to their retail network, with BBCL adding 1082 outlets and HPCL adding 450 retail stores. Now let's look at projects in oil and gas. There are a slew of projects currently going on in India's oil and gas sector, starting from E&P in new areas to the upgradation of existing refiners and pipeline networks. We shall have a look at major capex investments in the sector by the PSUs. BPCL is setting up an ethylene cracker project at its Bina refinery with a net budget of Rs 48,000 crores, which is expected to be completed by May 2028, and it will increase the refining capacity from the current 7.8 MMTPA to 11 MMTPA. Additionally, BPCL has also proposed a greenfield refinery cum petrochemical complex in Andhra Pradesh at an estimated cost of over Rs 95,000 crores. The company has recently commissioned 2 LNG stations and 10 more LNGs are in the pipeline. HPCL's Vizag refinery was undergoing an expansion project which has been completed, and the refinery has been operational since January 2025. The company's Barmer refinery work has been going on at a war footing and is expected to complete it by 2025 December. Thank you for watching. We hope you found this update on oil and gas sector analysis in India informative and helpful. If you like this video, then kindly do like, share and subscribe.